Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Simply Cinnamon, and if you're new here, welcome into our little world of self-love, self-care, and of course, all things beauty. So today I'm going to be trying for the first time It's Cosmetic Your Skin But Better CC Cream Plus, and this is in Illumination. When I was at Ulta, I did see that they had like a more of a matte finish, but you know me, I love a glowy, dewy skin. So this called to me. Plus the pink packaging, like how cute is it? It is a color correcting illumination full coverage cream, and it says that it has anti-aging hydrating serum in it, plus a broad spectrum physical sunscreen, an SPF of 50 to help against UVA and UVB. So I do have some It Cosmetic items in my makeup collection. I have some brushes, I have some cleaners, I have the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. It's a full coverage waterproof concealer. I used to reach for this all the time. When my life was working, 5-6 days a week, 12-hour shifts, not sleeping a whole lot. All last year when my husband was out of work and I was working like 7 days a week, 14 hours a day just to maintain our life. And, I reach for this more often than not in the last few years. But since life has kind of calmed down for my husband and myself, I don't find myself reaching for this quite as often because I'm sleeping a little bit better. Not always great, but but even as this is 6-year-old me or 5-year-old me, I know it's so funny, this photo. I don't know what my mom was thinking. Look at this curl up here, and then it's dropped down here. My bangs are all the way up here. I was platinum blonde and very brown and golden. We lived in Panama at the time, and because my dad was a Green Beret in the Army, and we were outdoors a lot. And if you can look, even my eyebrows, you couldn't even really see them. They were very light. But you can see the distinct, like, because of how my cheeks are, like under my eye, the little divot here. I mean, clearly they've gotten worse as I've gotten older, but yeah. So never really had the greatest under eye area or brows, but anywho, so yeah, so I have this in my collection. Don't reach for it as much as I used to. If I do, it's just in this area right here to bring some light to it. We're also going to be trying out the NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. This is in Phoenix. These colors just spoke to me on a different level. I am usually not this girl. This is usually my jam. This palette is like probably 3 years old. It's probably expired. It's very loved, as you can tell. I used it quite a lot. This is like warm neutral colors. So when I saw this palette, I was like, this is so unique and so not me. So every once in a while you need to jump out of your comfort zone, Specifically, this color right here just spoke to me on a different level. Now, NYX eyeshadow palettes, they don't name their colors individually, which is fine. But yeah, this color just, I was like, this is going to do something with my green eyes. It really will. But look at the pigment on that. I mean, that's just one, like, reaching in and going back and forth and swiping. I mean, look how rich that is. So I thought, you know what would be fun if I tried it out and did a really, like, bold eye look, which I don't generally do. It's more like, warm tone colors, neutral colors. So why not? Why not give it a shot? So let me reach over and grab a makeup wipe here. So now I have red, like, it is like a brick red color. It's really beautiful. So just take off what I have here. So let's just get right into this. I will like pause the video because I'm going to put this on and finish up some of my makeup, and then I'll come back and we'll do an eyeshadow look. So yeah, but for the time being, let's just get right into it. So I did my skincare probably about a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes ago. My skin's still just kind of a little tacky, which is all right with me, because that makes for a great kind of sticky base for your makeup to adhere to. But I'm just going to go over with, this is Claudia, I think is how it's pronounced. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it is, I saw this at, I was also at, and one day I was at Sephora, Ulta, and the Bloomies counter to get a couple of Lancome, my first Lancome skincare products. So I'm trying them out. I've only had them for 4 days, and so far so good. But I really, before I do like a review on the things that I purchased, I want to give my skin like at least 14 days of using the product, see if I really see like a huge difference. So anywho, when I was at Sephora picking up a couple of Lancome and Tatcha products, this was by the register. It said limited edition. Who knows if that's the case, but it is beauty. It's called their Beauty Elixir. It says that it's a smoothing glowing complexion. So as you guys know, when I put skincare on and I leave it sit, I like to go in, my hands are clean, with either a vitamin water or, you know, something like this that has, this has really like, it smells amazing, absolutely amazing. It's got flower oil in it. It has grapefruit extract. That's what I'm smelling. I'm like, it smells very like citrusy, but it doesn't smell like lemon or orange. What am I smelling? And it's grapefruit extract. So this has so many wonderful, it's got rosemary leaf oil in it. Trying to see, the writing is so small. Sorry, guys. Couple of stabilizers in it, you know, so it stays fresh, but and they are cruelty-free, this brand. Sorry, I know, it took a minute, right? Anywho, so I like to use a vitamin water or something like that's nourishing, an essence you can use to put on your skin on top of your skincare before you start your makeup. It just gives kind of like a barrier to your skin. So, all right, so we're going to go in with this. This is in the color Rich, because I do have a lot of color right now. So this like matches my skin almost perfectly. So I never used this before, so I'm going to go in with 2 pumps. We're going to work with that and see what it does. Let me move my mirror right here. I always apply my foundation, not always, but most of the time with the warmth of my fingers. So this is a cream, so I'm not sure how it would do with a brush or a sponge. Maybe we'll try both. So that, I'm going to leave what I have right now on the back of my hand. We're going to work with what I have here. So let's go in with a beauty sponge and see what that does. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spray. This is kind of damp. I actually am going to spray my sponge with this. I'll do this with like an illuminating, a dewy like setting spray. I always, you know, add a little extra something. So okay. I'm not really liking how it's going on with this sponge so far, to be honest with you. And I guess I could try a brush. However, I never, ever put my foundation on a brush, but for the sake of the video, so that you guys can really understand what's happening, And if you do like using a brush, this is the Morphe. It's a Morphe M444. It says that it's a full coverage cream, but to be honest with you, I don't really see that. Change the lighting a little bit here. I don't really see that it's a full coverage cream, because I can still see I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation right here from when I was a cook in the restaurant quite a few years ago. I got burned by oil because I was stupid and not paying attention when I was sauteing a dinner. So I got burned here, over here, and down like over here, where my skin literally just kind of melted off my face. It was awful. But I don't see this as a full coverage cream. It gave me coverage, definitely gave me coverage, definitely very illuminating. Very, very illuminating. So it feels really well. I wonder if I can go in with just a smidge more and build it up a little bit right in here. I really like it better I like it much better going on with my finger than I do with a sponge or with a brush. Let's see what I can do over here. All right, if you're really like wanting a super, super, super full coverage, you could go in with a second layer of this, and I think it would be just fine. As you can see, when applying this, I kind of stayed away from my marionette lines. I didn't apply it directly to here because of the fact that, you know, for me, it doesn't matter what foundation. It could be the best foundation in the world. You know, smile lines are smile lines, and it's eventually going to sink into those lines, and there's really nothing that you can do about that. Oh. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to finish up the base of my face, do my concealer. You know what? I'm not going to do my concealer until after we do the eyeshadow, which is different for me. I usually do my under eye and then do shadow. But these colors are very vibrant, and if I have fallout or kickback from applying it, you can't get that back like when you do your concealer already. It's, you know, it's a hot mess. So okay, so I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup off camera. We're going to jump back in and we're going to do a look with this palette. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I have my blush on. I have a little bit of highlight on. I have my colored in my eyebrows. So we're just going to hop right into this palette. I am going to prime my eyelids. I don't really do this a whole lot in the winter months because my eyelids don't get as oily, and I find that if I just dust them with a little bit of powder, that, you know, that works fine for me. But it is summer and my eyelids get very oily. So this is Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I actually got this as like a free sample at Sephora. But you can use any eyeshadow primer. It doesn't have to be Urban Decay. It can be anything. So I am then going to go over. You want to set the primer down with the translucent powder, because what happens is this is tacky, and if I go over with the shadow, it's going to drag all over the place. So I'm going to just go over and set the primer down with a little bit of translucent powder. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is go in with, I'm going to go in with this color. It's the third down. On my left, it is kind of, to me, like a camel-y kind of shade. So NYX always their eyeshadows, they always are very powdery and a lot of kickback from it, but that's okay because they are, I have found, are also very pigmented. So I'm willing to do that. You don't have to have a $40, $50 palette, $60 palette. I mean, I have those in my collection as well, but I also have Milani eyeshadow palettes, NYX eyeshadow palettes. You know, it doesn't, you don't always have to have the top of the line of everything. It's nice once in a while to treat yourself. Definitely, my collection has definitely grown in the last 4 years. I literally used to have this little purple basket, and that had all my makeup in it. And now I have like 2 huge drawers with eyeshadow palettes and blushes and liners and stuff. Maybe I'll do like a beauty room tour if anybody's interested in seeing that. It's not a huge beauty room. It's a spare room that I turned into my girl cave. But if you're interested in seeing what the room looks like that I work in, you know, leave it in the comment section below, and I would most definitely love to do that. Like I said, it's not a very big room, but I have what I feel like utilized as much space in this room as I possibly could. So, all right, so we have our base on. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit deeper shade. This one is the second in on the right. I'm sorry, second one in on the right. And it's more of a like mauve-y, dusty rose kind of a color. I'm going to bring it right here and just work it into my outer corner. And then just pulling it forward a little bit just to deepen up my crease. Ooh, that's very pretty. Very pretty. I actually have to give a shout out and props to a young woman. Her name is Darian. I worked with her at the restaurant years, you know, when I was there 2 years ago. I had been there for like almost 9 years. She's the one who really like helped reintroduce me to makeup, because I just used sponges up until 4 years ago. I didn't know how to use a brush. And she's like, you have pretty eyes. You need to put some color on it, because I used to just go over with like a creamy kind of a white, like over my lid. And that was it, you know, and black eyeliner and mascara. So she kind of like, you know, you need to use oranges and browns and reds. And I'm like, what? No. And anyway, thanks for all your advice, Darian. So again, I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a deeper shade. This is the second one in from the right. I'm pressing it on this spot and then pulling it forward. And I always work in an upward motion because I want to elongate my eyes. Okay. All right. And that on its own is very pretty. Very pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before I do my lid color and stuff like that, I'm actually going to go and highlight under my brow bone a little bit. This is a matte eyeshadow. It is Mademoiselle in the L'Oreal Color Riche single eyeshadow collection. I have had, not this particular one, but this color in my collection for years and years and years. I mean, a long time. I always repurchase it. Thank goodness that I have like a few backups in case they ever discontinue it. But it is just the prettiest, creamiest, pinky kind of white, creamy. It's just a really beautiful, it's just really beautiful. And so I take the little brush and I just go right up under my brow bone. And then with another brush, I just kind of bring that forward and go back and forth just to blend that in. And look at the difference between that and that. I just think it's amazing. I don't use a regular highlighter per se to highlight under my brow bone because I am 51 and I do like glowy and shimmery, but you gotta, we older women have to really be careful with our under eye area and eye area. You need to accentuate all the positive aspects and not bring any negative attention. So, all right. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to actually, I want to have a lot of control with this color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be applying it just with my fingertips. I don't want a whole lot of fallout. I want to be able to control exactly how much I'm putting on, and sometimes when you use a brush and you're packing it on, it can kind of get away from you. So I'm just taking my, I'm not flipping you off, but I'm taking my middle finger and just running it in that brick red. I don't know if it's really coming off on camera, in the camera as like a more brick kind of a color, but it really is stunning. I mean, so I actually have my lashes on. I've had them on for, this is the second day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tap this on my lid. Oh, yeah, look at that. I mean, look at that. Okay, I'm going to go in just a little bit more. That's beautiful. That really is beautiful. Yes, it speaks to me on a different level, you guys. That's why I didn't want to do my under eyes, because I knew. So then I'm going to take just a clean fluffy brush and I'm going to blend this in. Yes. Okay. So I want to add a little sparkle, bring a little bit of dimension into that area. So I'm going to go in with this shimmer shade right here. It is the second one in on my right. Just rubbing it, my finger in it. Just like that. And I'm just going to tap that on. Not really what I was looking for, to be honest with you, but that's okay. I feel like it just kind of took something away from that. All right, let me see if I can fix this up. The only thing I don't like about NYX is they are sometimes feel a little chalky, but that's okay. That's all right. You work with what you got. So I'm actually going to take my Fenty Beauty How Many Carats, you know, palette. It's not a palette. This is a compact. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go over that. Okay. All right. I wish I had done that first before putting on that other cream, the highlighter color. So I'm just going to blend that in. All right, well, it didn't work out. I think if I had put the brick color red on and then went in with the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats, it would have really just, that would have been it. But that's not what happened. So that's okay. Maybe another day, another look. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go up in my B area here, darken that up a little bit, drag this liner down to the corner, again doing it on this side, and then I'm gonna bring it right in here All right, and what I want to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. I don't always do this. But if I do, I always put eyeliner down first, because it's just like anything else. You need to set it. So this is the best way I have found to smoke out my lower lash line, is just putting a little bit of liner and dragging a little bit back and forth. And then I find that my eyeshadow that I'm applying underneath, it doesn't move. Sorry. All right, I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. Everything did not turn out exactly as I had planned with this eyeshadow. But you know, that's the beauty of makeup, because it's gonna wash right off. I'm gonna just contour right here. Okay. All righty then. A little bit more blush up on the apples of my cheeks. That's just how I do it. That's how I do. Okay. I'm not going to do a full face contouring all over and stuff like that, because I'm really not going anywhere today. But you guys get the general idea. I am happy with the look, how it came out. Like I said, I envisioned something different in my mind, and you know, it just didn't play out exactly how I had planned. But as far as the Is Cosmetics CC cream, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm very glowy today. Very glowy, but that's all right. Sometimes I feel like it's overkill, but it be what it be. Well, I'm just gonna go over my falsies with a little bit of mascara, just to bring them back to life and into the picture. That's real life, folks. Let that dry for a second. I actually totally forgot to do my under eyes, but we're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. My mind's all over the place. Okay. Sorry. I know. This video started out really well, too. Okay. I'm going to try and wrap it up. I don't like to make my videos super, super, super long. So I just have a little bit of my oil here. If you haven't seen that video on how to make your own face and body oil, I'll link it below. And you can use this all over your body. And it's a dry oil. I go up under my eyes before I put concealer on. I actually got this tip from a makeup artist, Wayne Goss. I love him. He is just like such an authentic, real person, and he has his own cosmetic line with brushes and all kinds of stuff. So you guys should check out his channel. I am going to go in. This is not Tarte Shape Tape. It used to be a long time ago. This actually has concealer in it. I squeezed it out of a bottle that I have. I mixed like 2 or 3 of them together because I'm a mad scientist. That's just me. So I'm just taking a little bit on my finger, tapping here, here. Let me go right there. I try not to use a whole lot of concealer, if at all possible. Because, again, being 51 years old and having fine lines under my eyes, you just don't want to, bring focus to that, but you do want to brighten it up. So, just a little brighter. All right. So, this is the completed look. I'm just going to throw on a little gloss since my eyes are so dramatic. I'm not going to do a really dramatic lip. Yuck. Take off the excess makeup. Yeah. All right. So, this is the completed look. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. I'm loving the CC cream. So yeah. So, like I've said before in many videos, I don't generally do like a wear test, so to speak. You know, it doesn't matter 12 hours later, if you're in and out of the heat or whatever, your makeup is going to eventually break down. That's just life. It's going to happen, you know? So it could be, you know, $100 bottle of foundation. It could be, you know, it could be a $10 bottle of foundation. It's eventually going to break down. Let's face it, you're putting a synthetic product on top of live human skin. So it's going to eventually not hold up. So I don't really ever concern myself with, you know, am I going to really get, you know, 12 hours wear out of this? Am I really, because you don't know where your day is going to lead you. So, yeah, so I don't really do that, as far as like check-ins with everything. It's just, that's not my jam. So, I will leave in the description box my overall, like, would I repurchase this product again? So, yeah. I'm sending you light. I'm sending you love. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to one another. And I will see you all again very soon in my next video. Bye, guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. See you soon.